Today we wanted to talk about what we think is the best food source for RVers. And not only RVers, but backpackers, campers, or just anybody in general who wants to have a food source that's convenient, that doesn't spoil, that they don't have to worry about storing for long term, things like that. And that food source is
Thrive Life.
We had a problem with food because, you know, well, there's a lot of us, so we have to have lots of food at any given time.
And we don't have a lot of storage space in the trailer,
right?
Especially refrigerator, freezer space, and also counter space.
And yes, and oftentimes, you know, things were getting piled up both in the refrigerator, frozen vegetables in the freezer, fresh vegetables like cauliflower and broccoli just piled up on the countertops, and you know, a lot of the stuff would just go bad, or we had to go to the store, you know, constantly just to replenish
fruits and vegetables in the lineup.
So in looking for a solution to this problem, we ran across this company called Thrive Life. A friend of ours introduced it to us, and we tried it, and basically it's freeze-dried food. And freeze-dried food's been around for a long time, but this is freeze-dried food that's sold in bulk. You know, they got meats, cheeses, vegetables, fruits. You could pretty much live off of this stuff.
And what I particularly like about them is for example, chicken. Well, the ingredients will be chicken and salt.
And nothing
else. Well,
there's a version that doesn't have any salt.
Yes, the seasoned chicken, I think, is chicken and salt. But
the beef is just beef. The vegetables, the ingredient is pretty much whatever it is. If it's cauliflower, it's cauliflower. There's no preservatives. There's no you know, extra unpronounceable things.
No natural flavors.
It's just whatever
it is, it is.
And that was a huge thing for us because of dietary restrictions that some of our family members have.
And just not wanting to put more junk into our kids' bodies, trying to keep everybody as healthy as possible in simple ways.
And it is convenient because there doesn't require any prep. You just add water and it rehydrates, and it's amazing how good it actually tastes.
It really is.
Like the chicken, for instance, I always revel about the chicken. If you take a piece of the Thrive chicken, you can crumble it up and it turns into powder.
If you eat it as it is, it's
yes,
disturbing. But as soon as you rehydrate it, especially if you heat it up and season it like you would any chicken, it tastes really good.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah, I think we first had
it.
It tastes like chicken. Oh, I'm a little slow.
But it has the fibers and everything in it. You add water and all of a sudden the fibers are there again, and you pull it apart and it pulls apart just like chicken. So
we keep a giant container of the freeze-dried onions and tomato powder, so we don't have to be chopping onions in this enclosed area, because that even makes the cat cry. And the tomato powder is I can use as much as I want to thicken something as much as I want, or keep it thin or whatever, and I don't have anything left over to try and cram into the refrigerator. And we don't have any heavy tomato cans because that takes up a lot of space and that pushes our weight limits.
We store our Thrive foods in these Tupperware containers. We found these to be a lot easier to store than the round number 10 cans. But just to give you an idea, like for instance, there are your onions. No more tears. You just throw them in a pot. Here's green beans. These are great as a snack, but they also taste, you know, I wouldn't say they taste like fresh, garden fresh when you rehydrate them. They're more on the same level as like a frozen veggie.
I'd say they're a little better than frozen.
A little better than frozen, okay.
Sure, yeah.
But they make great snacks like this. All right, so here are some peas. Ellie's wanting to.
Go ahead.
But every time we open the Thrive, the kids' hands go diving in there to get some. Oh, and here's This is one of Christy's favorite things is the tomato powder, and we always have a lot of this stuff on hand. You can make tomato paste, tomato sauce, never run out of tomato. You just use what you need. Over here in this drawer we've got, let's see, we got ground beef. Is there a chicken here? I think underneath here. Here's the chicken. And you know, it's just these little cubes. And as I said, if you take it, if you crush it, it just kind of turns into powder. But when you rehydrate it, boy, oh boy, it's just like regular chicken. So anyway, we got green onions, we got refried beans, we got all kinds of stuff in here. Here's potatoes, dehydrated potatoes. Some of the foods in Thrive are dehydrated. Or a few of them are dehydrated. Most of them are freeze-dried. These are dehydrated and they take a little longer to rehydrate. That's a number 10 can that they came in. This shredded beef.
Ingredients.
Ingredients, beef and salt.
This is one of the things I really love about Thrive is that you can throw meat into something really quickly. So in the trailer especially, or you know, when we're done hiking or whatever, I can just throw some meat in some water, you know, heat it up, and we've got the meat. We can add it to quesadillas or omelets, or you know, stew is super simple because you just throw everything in a pot, water, heat it, done. Super fast, super simple, super healthy, because the freeze-dried stuff is supposedly supposed to be even more healthy than frozen. The flash freeze-dried process preserves more of the nutrients than freezing, or definitely more than canning, because it's done as soon as the product is harvested. Whereas, you know, if you get something fresh from the store, you actually don't know how long it's been sitting in the warehouse, how long it's been in transit, how long it was sitting at the store, not to mention how long it's been sitting on your own counter before you actually get it. So the Thrive produce actually has more nutritional content, which to me is very important.
Initially, you look at the price of the freeze-dried food and it may seem like it's more expensive. But then when you consider the fact that you use what you need, and you don't waste the food, and it doesn't spoil, and you're not throwing things away like we were always throwing heads of cauliflower and broccoli away, and other veggies that were sitting on the countertop that would get buried and we'd forget about them.
Or you had it for a meal that was planned for tomorrow. Well, something comes up, that meal gets bumped 2 days, and oh, then it's rotten.
Yeah.
So that's usually what happened with us is schedules, life, you know how it goes.
Or the classic example is when you need a tablespoon of tomato paste. And so you open one of those little cans and you take your tablespoon out and then you put the rest of it in the refrigerator, only to find it about 3 weeks later and it's grown friends. And they're having a party in there. And so then you end up having to throw that away. Whereas with the Thrive tomato powder, you make yourself a little bit of paste, you make what you need, and then that's it. You put the rest back in the, you know, put the container away, and the cans are good unopened for 25 years.
25 years. Opened, they say about a year.
About a year.
Now I just want to mention one more thing. I know a lot of you have trouble getting veggies into your kids, and this is going to sound like a total pitch, but it's really not. It's mom helping mom here. Our little guy, actually all of our kids, but the 3-year-old is the one I'm thinking about in particular, gets so excited when he sees a container of Thrive cauliflower or green beans or peas, corn.
Well, not just the little guy, but me.
Yeah,
I'm not exactly a vegetable kind of person, you know.
But the little one, he'll just snack on them in the van, or you know, he'll just ask for a bowl instead of maybe popcorn or something. He'll be eating, a lot of them will be eating cauliflower and that sort of thing.
The cauliflower, I do not like fresh cauliflower. I can't stand it. But the freeze-dried cauliflower, I will eat that up because it is so good. And Hannah, our oldest, she cannot have popcorn. So when we have popcorn, she takes the cauliflower and she drizzles butter on it and puts a little salt on it and eats it like popcorn, and it's very delicious.
And we can throw with no effort, we can just throw a handful of veggies into something, into anything. And they're delicious, right. And it's just adding that extra boost that, you know, I want my kids to have. She
made jambalaya last night. We were at a Walmart parking lot. We're dry camping basically, and she was able to whip up some jambalaya with Thrive veggies and Thrive tomato sauce in what?
With no cut, no
15 minutes or so?
chopping, no. The Thrive part, yeah. I did use fresh chicken. I could have used the Thrive chicken if I wanted to. I just didn't.
Yeah, we do both.
I do both, yeah. But that would have made the whole thing probably 15-20 minutes, the entire process.
Right. We're making this video not only to kind of tell people about Thrive Life Foods, but also because right now they're having a really good sale. They're having their spring sale.
They have some items that are as much as 50% off, and then dozens of items that are 30 to 40% off. And we actually are going to do a little stock up here, and wanted to let you know about it too, in case you've been kind of hemming and hawing. This is your chance to jump in at some really good prices.
This is a great time to try it and to see if you like it. So we're going to leave a link down below that goes to
the sale page.
To the sale page that has the sale prices on it.
The spring sale is running through April 29th. So
2019.
2019.
For anybody who finds this video later on, the sale would probably be long since gone.
Or it might be on the next
Yes.
one. When the sale is over, we will replace the link below with our regular link.
And when you order through our link in general, even if you don't take advantage of the sale, when you order through our link in general, you are getting a discounted price over the retail price on the Thrive Life website. So if you went to the Thrive Life website, you're going to be paying more than you do when you go through our link.
I didn't know that.
Yep. So you're getting a little discount. I think it's about 10%.
Oh.
When
You're
you
welcome.
go through our link.
And it does benefit us, so thank you.